We are here with Tara and Val. We are here at the Dentsu activation at Cannes on the Palais, and we are going to be talking about skincare and Roblox marketing today. Ladies, thank you for joining me. Do you want to go ahead and give the audience a little intro on both of you, what you guys, who you guys are and what you do?
Sure. My name's Tara Loftis. I'm the global president of Dermatological skincare at Galderma. I'm from California originally, but now I'm based in Switzerland, where I oversee Cetaphil skincare, Elastin skincare, Differin, and Benzac, the acne brands.
Hi, thanks for having us. I'm Val Vacante, SVP of Solutions Innovation at dentsu. My role is all about creating new products, productized services, and working with the world's most beloved and innovative brands to really kind of uncover the white space, what's new, what's next, what's that rich consumer insight, what's the new tech, what's the new space we need to be in. So that's how Tara and I teamed up.
I love it. So Roblox is the ultimate playground for what is left of the metaverse hype. It's where the scale is. It's where brands are either building their own experiences or lending off the brand equity of Roblox creator communities who are building these amazing immersive worlds that over 81 million users are logging into every single month. That's a huge chunk of population, growing and expanding all the time. Tell me a little bit about the consumer insight and why did you guys decide to go into this space?
Absolutely. So Galderma is the world's largest pure play dermatology leader. So at the heart of everything we do is wanting to provide genuine science-backed solutions for consumers. And in this case, we have this insight that over 80% of Gen Zs struggle with acne. And at the same time, we're always looking for white space and new ways to show up for the consumer. We know that Gen Z wants us to show up where they are in an authentic voice in their own digitally native environments. And we know that while 80% of Gen Zs struggle with acne, 90% of Gen Zs are gaming. And so for us, this was a very simple insight that led us to want to test. So last year we created a partnership with Twitch and with Amazon, and we called it Level Up. And we partnered with 2 Fortnite icons, and it was so successful that this year we wanted to double down, and we built 3 games that were digitally programmed and designed within 5 of the biggest games on Roblox. So it was totally frictionless how someone who was playing one of these games would then interact with a different mini game that's themed around a core product, and not in a pushy way, not in an overt, traditionally advertising kind of way, but in a way that was fun and genuine. And all of this, to be clear, increased our purchase intent by nearly 7,000%.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm a lifetime beauty brand builder, and I've never experienced a KPI like this before. And so I think it just goes to show the importance of showing up where your consumer is in an authentic way, not in a brand first way, but in a consumer first way.
Adding value to the experiences that they already care about.
Exactly.
That's well,
Val, I wanted to ask you, so there's kind of 2 ways that you can go into Roblox. There is, build your own world, which is a huge undertaking. It takes a lot of media dollars and huge awareness play to push people into those branded experiences. You guys chose to partner with worlds inside of the Roblox community. They're already well-defined, well-trafficked, and already are part of users' everyday activity and routine in the game that they love to play, but then you were able to augment and add value to those worlds. Can you tell me a little bit about the strategy there and how you guys approached building out those environments?
Absolutely. Dylan, I love that question because, you're right. It was strategic. Everything you said was part of the reason, just, building from scratch, the amount of investment. Like Tara said, this was like our first time in the space. So we wanted to make sure, we were being as resourceful as possible. We were really meeting people where they are. And to your point, if you're building your own world, not only is it all that sort of production that goes behind it, but there are those media dollars. And to kind of convince, people of this age group that aren't even aware of Differin to go to a net.
Why is it cool?
Yeah, like there's all of that education.
Choice in Roblox, it is almost endless, the brands that you can info, not just
Yeah.
brands, but the world you can
Like,
interact.
where do you go? How do you find it? Like, there's a lot. And part of it, what we were talking about as a team was like, because we had to convince a lot of people, across, but we were comparing it to like the old days of creating a website. And that's kind of what it's like building your own world in Roblox, right? Like all of the maintenance and you have to refresh it. So we did the brand integration with those 5 top games, as Tara mentioned. And we were also strategic in terms of the games. Were they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the Roblox list? No. We actually curated out of the top Roblox games. We looked at gender balance. We also looked at play patterns. So you saw things like Newsmith, where you're going to have like a role play game, and we also wanted to reward people in those games they know and love with the power-ups relevant to that game. Yes, and like kind of building on the Newsmith example. So in Newsmith, because it's role play, if you went through the level up lobby, which we can talk about in a few minutes if you like, when you go through that play experience, you're then rewarded a villa, so really giving that power up relevant to the play. In The Floor is Lava, you got to spin a wheel and get that power up relevant to that one too.
Cool. So you talked a little bit about something that I think is interesting, which is really analyzing the gender demographics. I'm not quite aware of maybe you guys could educate me, of that 90% of Gen Z who experience acne, is there a percentage, male and female, of those that actually take action to try and, be more diligent about, maintenance or helping, do boys and girls equally address it? Do girls spend more in the category? Tell me a little bit about that.
So I love that question. So the truth is about 60% are men. They're young men. They're young men. Whereas although young women are obviously very sensitive to acne as well, they naturally feel like they have more socially acceptable solutions to cover it. Because of cosmetics, exactly. So when young men struggle with acne, they're very aggressive about taking action, whether that's seeking a drugstore solution or visiting a dermatologist, etc. And Differin is one of our most beloved brands by dermatologists. And actually, outside of the United States, in most countries, it requires a prescription. So it's deeply efficacious. It's OTC in the US.
Prescription strength, but OTC regular.
Truly, and I feel like so many brands say they're prescription strength, but it's not a throwaway marketing term for us. So we know that we have products that can genuinely make a real impact on young men and women's confidence who are struggling with acne, and that's really what drives us, Galderma.
Yeah, is that insight of empowering people to be the confidence to live their best lives and not let acne be something that gives them anxiety, stress.
Correct.
And I was going to say, what's really nice about that, when you look, comparing that with the gaming stats, kind of how Tara talked about how that Venn diagram might look, right? With the audience with acne, with the gaming, you're seeing, there's a lot of misconceptions. I want to go back to your point about that 60% of men who are buyers, because a lot of brands, they have this misconception that it's the females, it's the girls, who are going out.
Female would be leading the consumer pack in that category, and that's a very interesting.
And equally, another misconception, while we're on misconceptions, is about gaming, right? So it's all men, it's people in their parents' basement eating potato chips, and it's changing, and the numbers are very close. We're not quite at 50-50 yet, but we are just numbers, just minor percentage points away.
Fortnite's 50-50, pretty close. Imagine Roblox must be in that.
yeah, like a percentage or two. Like it fluctuates depending on the day, depending on the game, it's fluctuating.
Yeah. Yeah. And as it relates to brand appeal by gender, Differin is unique. It's not a brand that's trying too hard to target women. It's not painted in pink. It is truly just science first, efficacious first packaging. It's kind of event, like ultimately what the unsexy skincare trend was on TikTok this year, like Differin, and it perfectly fits within that, but it works.
Yes.
Well, that's what people want, is they want effectiveness. At the end of the day, the packaging and the gender specific marketing, is with anything that's going to help you with the actual issue, like acne. Sure, efficacy is the number one concern.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm super passionate about brand codes and brand image when it matters also. But for Differin, we want to spend every dime that we have making it count, reaching the consumer in a meaningful way. Not in terms of throwaway traditional media dollars, but in terms of showing up to build not just awareness, but affinity and intent. And I think I said that. It increased our purchase intent. Yes. And when we launched our Roblox partnership, our Google searches increased by 82%.
That's crazy. And the campaign's up for award as well, right?
We're nominated. So we are nominated.
Technically, yes, and we're very hopeful.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Well, I'll be keeping our fingers crossed. So, Val, Tara, do you want to let me know a little bit more about where people can learn more about the brand or the campaign, or where people can connect with you guys directly?
Absolutely. So feel free to connect with Differin on Instagram. But if you want to reach out to myself or Val, I think we're both on LinkedIn.
We're both on LinkedIn. And also, if you want to look further, check out treatacne.com. And it has all the information about Level Up right now. So if you go today, you'll learn more about it.
Val, everybody.